Well, good evening, guys. I just have a quick thought about Ukraine and how it connects to gang stalking. Um, you see, I was born in Ukraine, even though I left a long time ago. Last time I was there, like 46 years ago. So I will explain what I mean. You see how one country can resist much more powerful opponent. I'm sorry, this is I still have consequences of poisoning. And the what I wanted to say one more time is that um, the other powers decided to contribute financially to Ukraine. So Ukraine has uh, is willing to fight, and not just willing to fight, it's being supported with financial help. And this is just the example how it works. The smaller power against big power actually can win sometimes or continue winning for a long time. But the financial help makes the entire difference. So if we compare financial help to um, like help to targeted individual, because Ukraine is a targeted country, and the same is targeted individual when they have enough financial support or income, they can resist the bigger power sometimes, simply by maneuvering and fighting back. So that's why the um, gang stalkers, first they hit you in the financial aspect of your life. This way, you collapse, you become uh, a person with no financial meaning to defend yourself. And I don't know what's going to happen with Ukraine. I hope it's going to be there'll be no debts. It's going to be, the way I see it, is going to be for a very long time. But if financial help dries out and Ukraine becomes again an impoverished country with no money to fight back, uh, then it's over for Ukraine. The same as with target individuals. It's simply the when you're completely impoverished and robbed in a way, you can have a big problem after. You become an easy target, and we will see. I hope it's going to be a big example because um, the resources of a lot of countries are drying out, and uh, I hope I don't see it because I have a Ukrainian and I have Russian relatives. I didn't want them to fight in the first place, but Ukraine actually is dealing with much bigger power, and the same as you are when you're a target individual, you deal with much bigger power, and the goal of bigger powers is to start in a way war on attrition. It's how long can you sustain yourself when you're targeted and your financial sources are being destroyed. Uh, so the, the, this when they're destroyed, you usually collapse. And it's like international example for a smaller thing, which is gang stalking. Um, this was just the thought of the day for me. I hope you guys stay strong for a very long time and nobody touches your financial resources. Like, unfortunately, lately I have situations all over. So, you have a good evening, and see you in a few days. I will do something interesting from spy things from Cold War. This is I consider it now to be my hobby. The Cold War considered my hobby in research, and my former relatives that my mother was married into a family, and I was part of her home, but were kind of high in the government. So for me, it was kind of interesting. Then I didn't realize that I was listening to things that were um, stuff average person wouldn't know. But one day, I hope I get in a way kind of a credential. Somebody simply say, "Yeah, he was there. He saw stuff." But for now, I just gonna tell stuff and do live like this. But I hope I'll have more and more people uh, subscribing, and I will put advance notices if I'm gonna do live, for instance, Saturday and Sunday. Unfortunately, I go to my mother's hospital Saturday or Sunday, so one of the days when I decide to go, I will simply put the date and the time I'm gonna be doing live. Uh, yeah. Hello, Mr. Jack. Thank you. The Sometimes for other people it maybe sound strange because I suddenly interrupt and start talking to a person who writes something in comments. So I will have to um, kind of uh, train myself. If somebody writes, I need to say something that other people who just listen can say, aha, he's talking uh, to somebody who just wrote something. Because otherwise it looks like I interrupt my thought and it's a little bit strange. But anyway, I'm just moving in my sofa here. We have a really bad cold, and not just in in outside, but as I said, in subtropics, air conditioning doesn't work the same way. Some of the air conditioning in the cold areas like Utah work, and for instance, in my apartment, I don't go. Um, Now, for instance, my apartment, there is no. It doesn't want to get up more than 65 Fahrenheit. It's only 18 Celsius, which is kind of a chilly for December. Um, anyway, thank you, and see you in a few days. And I hope you all fine, and as I said, strong. Let me turn off my camera here. Have a good night.